Like, okay, another thing that I wish I knew or didn't know, whatever, is like, okay, let me see if I can articulate this. Like, I always like dreamed about moving out, and I was like, I just really want to have a white kitchen.
I never did.
And I want to be able to decorate my living room.
Oh my god,
that was like my main reason. I wanted a white kitchen. Yeah, and I want to decorate my living room.
I never thought about this.
And I wanted to be able to eat breakfast on like a cute little table outside. That was like,
wait, I want to do that. I don't have a table outside.
Yeah,
you're
like,
I want to do that.
That was my dream, and I was like, oh, then I'll be free from my mom telling me what to do and all this stuff. Like, I really was like, oh, this freedom is what I want. But then it's like, okay, when you get away from your parents telling you what to do, you have to become your own parent.
You have to tell yourself what to do.
You never have this like freedom that I was kind of thinking of, like, then I can just do whatever I want, because you never can just do whatever you want. Now it's just like, you have to tell yourself, clean your room. You have to tell yourself, stop laying around all day. Like, you have to tell yourself to do all this stuff that your parents used to tell you.
You could.
And it's like, you don't get away from the responsibility of taking care of yourself.
You can just throw it all out the window, and then soon you realize, like, oh my gosh. You're like, wait a minute. My mom, because you're like, I feel like it could be like, why did my mom always want me to clean my room? It doesn't have to be clean. Yeah. Like, who cares? Or like, why do I have to brush? Never said that, but why do I have to brush my teeth? I don't know. Stuff like that. Yeah. And then maybe you don't do them. You're like, oh crap, now I have $1,000 of 4 cavities. Or now you're like, I don't actually like living in a mess. I think she was kind of right.
And for me, I feel like, it was actually easier having mom tell me to do everything than me having to tell myself to do it. You don't have to think about reminding yourself and all this. Because then also I could just be mad at mom and be like, oh, she controls me. But now it's like, oh, I have to like force myself to do these things instead of just having someone like taking care of it.
You know what's helpful though for that kind of problem for me is taking inventory. I mean, honestly, I do this naturally like every few months lately, or every month, because I'm always feeling like whatever's happening right now is not working, Lisa. You need to reevaluate. And then I sit at some quiet moment, like I just put Lily down, or I'm taking a shower or something, and I'm like, okay, I need Lily to get on a nap schedule. I need a babysitter to come more often. I need bath time for myself without a baby in there with me. I need time to journal. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Now that I actually know what I need, I want to do those things, and I can find a way to like make them happen. Now, I didn't need to do that when I was like more free and stuff, but when you like reevaluate what's missing or what's not working, then it makes it feel less like a chore, because you're like, ooh, this is going to bring me happiness.
Yeah, but I still don't want to do it. I just like, I don't want to clean my room. It's like lacking. Like, I don't want to do all this stuff. I just want to be free. But it's like this freedom idea that I had doesn't exist.
Oh wait, I went through that exact phase. I know what you're talking about.
I will say that is also a real, I feel like we're just having a personal conversation now. That's also a real need to have unstructured time. Like, even if like every Saturday, I used to be like, the whole day's open. Whatever I feel like doing, I'm going to do. I do a puzzle.
Oh, mom does this on Sundays.
It's really
good for your brain. The whole week.
If you're craving that, you probably should. It's really good for your brain.
I'm at the point now where I had so much unstructured time that I'm like, I need to structure. I need to take care of myself. But I'm like, I don't want to be trapped in this routine. I have to do this stuff.
I went through that literal exact thing, but I think I was like 20. I don't remember how old I was. Oh, I feel like I mix up my memories sometimes, but I feel like it was right at the beginning of being married. I feel like I was 28. I feel like I was 28, and I was like, and I was saying, I feel like I just want to be free to do whatever I want with my time. And then I was like, well, I am.
Doing I was like, wait,
but I want to be free. Then I read that. I read Craig Ballantyne. He talked about it in his book about how real freedom is like, you've taken care of everything. You're scheduled. You got everything together. And you actually feel free. How he was saying, I don't remember. I don't want to say it wrong what he was saying, but it's like, you think you want to be free to eat a bunch of bags of chips, which you are free to do, but then you maybe indulge a bunch of times and you're like, man, I feel sick. Actually, that wasn't the freedom I was really after. It's like, yes, I want to be able to eat that, but I don't want to feel like freedom means I have to like overindulge or
then you're like out of control, and that's like
you don't want to feel. It's like you think freedom is being out of control, and that's what will satiate you.
But real freedom is actually like being able to do the things you want to do, to have the things you want.
Yeah, because when you're out of control, you become for lack of a better term, like a slave to your passions
yes.
or to your whims.
You become more enslaved.
You become, and when you have, what is that word?
Overindulge?
No, when you have whatever of your own self.
Governance?
I was gonna say that.
It's kind of like governance, whatever, of your own self.
Over your own self.
You are way more free because you're not chained to the rhythm. Yeah. You're not chained to the passion. You're not chained to that.
How I got out of this, which is how I get out of all these fears. It's like a fear of commitment, basically.
Yeah, I'm so overwhelmed.
I challenged myself to just try like a morning or an afternoon or one day or something or 1 week. I was like, let me just try this for one day. And then if I hate it, I don't have to do it again. That's what I had to do. I had to do really small things like, okay,
risk-free.
I'm just going to commit to doing a routine tonight. Okay, it's going to be okay. And I'll just try it. Because I'd be like, I don't want to commit to any kind of schedule. It's going to ruin my life. And I was so like adamant, I don't want to commit to this.
And that's why gyms offer one free class.
See if you like it.
That's what I realized I had to do lately is just take everything day by day instead of thinking like, okay, just because I am trying to make a routine, I don't have to finish the whole routine every day. Like, it's okay if I don't do it all every day. So it's just like day by day, I'm like, okay, what can I actually do today? And then it's like, maybe I don't do the whole routine, but at least I did 2 things instead of nothing.
And it's not for the rest of your life.
It's not so stressful.
It doesn't mean you have to commit to it for the rest of your life.
Failure too, where you like don't want to do things wrong, so you don't do them at all.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think it's more just like I just want to like be distracted and numb myself or whatever. I don't want to have to deal with like
because I was just getting married. I think it was about freedom for me. Like I was like, I need. So maybe she's that same place. It was like
her. I'm like, what is
it was
this?
something about like independence and freedom. Like I didn't feel like I was like in my mind I was unfreeing myself. Basically.
Well, I think like with my people pleasing tendencies, I probably do feel kind of controlled by everyone. So I'm like, oh, I just want freedom.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay.